Yeah. Pro Fan Sports Podcast. Let's get it. Pro fans, tune into the program. Every single week, get the dope, fam. Sean on the mic, very flat too. Keep you updated, that's what we do. Pro fans, tune into the program. Pro fans, tune into the program. Pro fans, tune into the program. Every single week, get the dope, fam.
Yo, what it do, everybody? It's your boy John Altidor with Pro Fan Sports Podcast, where the fans of the pros go back at you with another one with my boys Vladimir. What's good, fellas?
Yo, what's going on?
Hey guys, here we are. We're on episode 32.
32.
Feels good to be here. Yes, sir. 3-2.
3-2, that O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, O.J. Simpson.
The juice.
Yep. We got Jim Brown. Got Magic Johnson, Devin McCourty. Got quite a few of 32s. For this number. So yeah, shout out to all the 32s out there doing their thing.
Facts. Episode 32.
I don't think I would start with O.J. Simpson.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I thought about it. You know what I mean? But like,
Devin McCourty is the first person that came to mind.
ooh. D. McCourty, who
Yeah, I would have said Magic Johnson first. That came to mind, but
I think, I don't know, 30. I mean, the juice is the most infamous one, so you know what I'm saying.
That's a fair point.
You know what I mean?
That's fair to say.
You know, but regardless, we're on episode 32, and please, we got a reminder every week. Follow us on social media. We're booming right now. We're on Instagram, profans_sports. Follow us. We're on twitter.com/profansports, facebook.com/profansports. You like to watch stuff on YouTube, we're there also, youtube.com/profansports. And as always, we drop every Tuesday morning on all major streaming platforms. If you think it, we're probably on there. And our videos drop on YouTube every Wednesday. So shout outs to Vlad for that, man. And as always, we're going to be hitting on an NFL, some NBA, MLB, and then Vlad's going to hit us to soccer. And we're going to do a B-Money Lifestyle Person of the Week, man. So for the NFL, we're going to talk about the Patriots, of course. Some of the other notable games in the NFL. A big name got signed over the week, and some COVID-19 updates, right? Then we're going to go into the NBA, see what's going on with the Celtics and the rest of the NBA. I'm hearing a new start possibly for the NBA. And then we're going to go into the MLB, World Series, soccer. As always, Vlad got you soccer crazy people on that. So let's get to it, man. So the NFL, New England Patriots. Patriots face San Francisco on Sunday.
Yes, sir.
And the Patriots offense was able to score, a whopping 6 points. That's 2 field goals. And lost the game 33-6 at Gillette Stadium. Let's talk about it. We got Cam's play to talk about, Cam Newton, Julian Edelman, some stuff going on with them. And what are they gonna do when the trade deadline comes? Because that's actually gonna come pretty soon. So let's get to it. Yesterday we saw Cam Newton. What did he get picked like 3 times?
Yeah,
yesterday.
Three interceptions.
Yeah. So as of right now, Cam Newton has had 7 picks on the season and 1 thrown touchdown on the season. So
1 or 2?
I believe it's 1 or 2, one of them.
Yeah, either way, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible. So what did you guys see in the game? How are you feeling? What's your thought, man?
Man, it was another tough game to watch. That's 3 weeks of 3 tough games to watch, and not feeling that your team has a chance to win. The offense looked really sloppy, but Cam Newton specifically just looked terrible. His reads weren't good. He was throwing the ball on the ground. He was getting sacked. He was making ill-advised decisions. One of the interception he threw all the way down the field. He was trying to make a play happen after sucking for most of the first half. It just looks bad out there. It's I think everybody's thinking, do we want Cam Newton as a starter? Is Cam Newton going to be the starter for the rest of the year? I would like Cam Newton to be the starter. I think he should be the starter. But I think it's going to be a discussion for the upcoming games until he starts playing better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was a painful game to watch, to say the least. It got to a point where, I kind of just stopped watching and, just couldn't take it anymore. Just, because the play and the performance on the field for the New England Patriots was just that. Was that horrific and atrocious. I mean, these guys got beat pretty much in every aspect of the game in all three phases, and they weren't competitive at all. They didn't seem like they were ready to play and ready to compete and against a good 49ers team that I said last week that was a very tough and physical team, and if they didn't match their physicality and their toughness, that they were gonna get smacked in the mouth and beat pretty badly, and that's exactly what happened. The Patriots, didn't really, execute at all in any sort of way, and it seems as pretty glaring that the lack of talent is starting to show on both sides of the ball on offense and defense is starting to catch up to them. They don't really have, guys that can be able to, make plays, when they need to get the team going and get them off the right foot. And Cam Newton is certainly have been very disappointing and frustrating to watch. He certainly had by far his worst game as a Patriot yesterday. Just threw some quite a few ill-advised, passes and throws that he shouldn't have made. That you question, like, why the hell would you throw that? I said that quite a few times while watching the game. So it was definitely not, a good game on his part, but the receivers aren't, helping him out as well. Again, still a lack of separation. As I said last week, guys can't get separation from a parked car. I'm still seeing that, yesterday as well. That was pretty much the same thing as what we saw last week against Denver. There was no improvement and really no excuse for them to play this badly. They had a whole week to prepare for this game and didn't have any positive tests, for COVID. So it was just a complete no-show on the Patriots and a very putrid performance that should disgust that whole team and should, light a fire under them. I hope Belichick, is ripping into that team this week and does something to really light a fire under each and every one of those guys, because boy, do they ever need it, because that was just straight embarrassing to get their asses whooped the way they did, on Sunday.
Yeah, for sure, man. I think we've all been watching football around here for a long time, man, and I don't think we've ever seen it look like that. We've had other quarterbacks come in, Matt Castle, Jimmy Garoppolo, Jacoby Brissett, and it's never quite looked like it's looking right now. And I understand there's a lot of factors to it, not discounting the fact that we lost a lot of guys on the defensive side of the ball. A lot of our linebackers, you can see we can't stop nobody on the run. We haven't been able to stop anybody on the run all year, and who was that playing running back for San Francisco? Something Wilson, right? And
the running
Wilson. Back. Who's that? Who is that? You know what I'm saying?
Apparently he's good enough to run all over the Patriots and run down their throat for 3 touchdowns.
Exactly
right,
what I'm saying.
Right, prior to yesterday, we didn't have idea who he was.
Man,
we always had trouble stopping that zone running that San Francisco does. Period. Too. Even when we had a good linebacker, so yesterday was even worse.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like we've had issues, stopping the run sometimes, but it's like, this guy was ripping like 10-yard runs, 12-yard runs. I watching the game, the 49ers didn't punt until like the fourth quarter, man.
Did they punt?
They punted one time, and I remember the announcer saying it. That's actually the first time they've punted this.
What I'm saying? I thought they didn't punt at all. I was just like, the punter could have stayed home or something.
Yeah.
Right, like, for real, seriously.
Just looking at the defense, man, guys are not playing well, man. Even down to Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah.
On a lot of these,
starting with Stephon Gilmore.
Man, I'm like, what happened from last year's Defensive Player of the Year to this year? I understand we do have guys that are missing out of the defense, but there's no excuse for looking like you're not trying or like looking like you're not being aggressive enough out there. It's like the guy gets beaten, he's looking around. What the fuck are you looking at? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, for real.
It's like, what are we looking at? You had the guy, and it's, sometimes I get it. You have your help in the back or whatever, but it's like, who was catching those passes? Ayuk or something?
Yeah,
number 11.
Yep, and he went over 100 yards receiving.
Yo, I'm like,
and I didn't even know who that was. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know who that was either, but the person I noticed the most was Deebo Samuel.
Yes, Deebo.
They used him.
Deebo lived up to his name.
He did, man.
They used him.
He really did.
They used him all over the field. He was running those jet sweep. He was catching the ball, like he was almost like a running back out there. He's like a Swiss Army knife, and whatever he was doing was working. I don't think we stopped him really once.
No, he's probably one of the hardest running receivers we have in the league, man. Absolutely. And I mean, the way he gets injured, you can see why. You know what I'm saying? Because the guy, you're not stopping that. His will is just up there. You know what I'm saying? But like the defense, I've been seeing it. Devin McCourty, I'm seeing like arm tackles. You know what I'm saying? Juwan Bentley, he just sucks, man.
Oh, like,
trash.
That was your guy, John.
Yo. He had to be, right? He had to be.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you started as a rookie. He got injured that year, but it's like from what he started as to what he actually is now. It's like what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like the first series against the 49ers when Jimmy Garoppolo, it was like 3rd and 7 or something like that. And Jimmy Garoppolo decided to run the ball, and Juwan Bentley comes up, and Jimmy fucking Garoppolo dropped it on his ass.
Shook him. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And I'm like, you're a starting linebacker.
He's not.
This year he is. This year he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a starting linebacker in the National Football League, and you just got juked by. He had the guy too. He had him like 3 yards away from the first down, and Jimmy just ran through his ass. Yeah. With the arm tackles, bro. You can't be arm tackling in the NFL. That just doesn't happen, man. And Cam Newton, man. You know what, dude? I miss good quarterback play.
I hated that. I hated that whatever that that tweet that Barry said. Just say we miss Brady. What do you mean we miss good quarterback? We've had one quarterback for the last 20 years.
We did. But
not good.
But like I was saying,
the only person that really had good quarterback play, maybe Jimmy Garoppolo did it for 2 games.
Yeah.
Maybe Matt Castle did it for that 1 year, but Matt Castle had been there for a while, and he had a couple of really bad games. The first couple of games, especially the one against San Diego, I think we lost that game 30-0 or something like that. We when Matt Castle was playing, and we had another game against San Francisco, and we got blown out in that game too.
We did go 11-5.
So all I'm saying is, and we can still go another 11-5 or 10-6 or whatever. But all I'm saying is,
wait,
let's be
Let's
be honest that we miss Brady. Like
absolutely,
the most consistent good quarterback play we've seen has been from Brady. Yo. So I don't want to hear like we miss good quarterback play. Let's just be honest. Brady had one of his best games of the year. and we had one of our worst game ever.
in 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. Of course we miss Brady. Obviously, like we would have won that game against Denver if we had Brady. We would have won that game against Kansas City. That's not to say he wouldn't have caught, coronavirus or whatever. We don't know that. These are different circumstances. Yeah. But I assure you, if Brady played against the Broncos, we're not losing that game, bro.
I don't even think
you know what I'm saying.
Yesterday, I think Brady would have put up a good. I mean, the 49ers, terrible, bro. The 49ers defense have a good defense, but I think Brady would have found his way around that.
Back to what I was saying about the good quarterback play. It's like I was saying, man. We've had Jimmy, we've had Jacoby Brissett. And I'm not saying, Jacoby like lit it up, you know what I'm saying? But it looked like an NFL, at least team. You know what I'm saying?
No, it didn't.
You don't think so?
With Jacoby, the first game was a high school. It was almost like a high school. A high school offense.
It had to be, bro.
And then we got blown out by the Bills the next game. Yeah, so it's
but man,
we won one game with them, and we drop a goose egg on the next game. So I just think all I'm saying is, I know Cam Newton is struggling right now, and I think we want instant gratification, instant success, and I think especially the year that we are having where he didn't get to practice as much as he should have. He's looking bad. Listen, I'm not trying to make excuses for him, but I think we need to give him time.
Yeah, we do. But what I'm saying is, man, our situation, they look inept, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, even with Jacoby Brissett, it did not look like that, man.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying?
He
it's
played
like
one game, one good game.
Man.
And then the next game, he didn't score a touchdown.
What about the inaccuracies, bro? Like, the inaccuracy is bad, bro.
Yes, bad.
Like,
very
it's
bad.
terrible.
I don't mind the inaccuracy because I think even Brady had some inaccuracies at times, especially down the field. But you know what I hate the most is the decision making. The decision making.
Yes.
At the end of that, at the end of the first half, when he tried to make, like, he had a couple of good completions.
To who?
Myers,
and
right?
we got to talk about that.
And then so he had a couple of good completions to Myers, and then I think he felt that and he wanted to make a play. And he just threw it all the way down the field in double coverage.
And you saw him. He looked like he wanted to do something before that drop.
It was like,
you seen him hyping himself up.
And I think that's what he needs to learn. He needs to learn. Listen, we cannot make a comeback in one play.
We're not gonna win it in one play.
We're not gonna come back. Exactly. You know what I mean? You made 2 good throws, make another good throw.
Right.
Make another good one. That's how you build it.
Right.
That's how you
move down the field. Exactly.
And him trying to make that play it was absurd.
Yeah, it was uncalled for. Absolutely unnecessary. And you're right. That was by far the most discouraging and irritating, but play to say the least. I think that's when I pretty much stopped watching because I'm like,
did you stop watching?
Yes. No.
Now we got to get on him because you guys got on me for.
I agree. Why would you stop watching?
Why would you stop watching?
Well, I was actually.
There's no excuses, bro. You were watching the Buccaneers, weren't you?
No, I wasn't.
You were watching the Buccaneers, weren't you?
Not watching the Buccaneers. I was actually out having a nice lunch celebrating with my friends.
It was 4 p.m. You were having lunch?
Yeah, it was a late lunch. Well, we actually started at 3 p.m., but nonetheless, we celebrated my good friend's engagement, DJ B-Dog and Lisa, since they just got back from their vacation the other day. So wanted to go out to a nice place and, and celebrate and have a nice meal and some nice drinks, in which we did. So I was more interested in that than I was the game. Like, yeah, there was the game on at the restaurant that we had, but as soon as I saw that interception and saw the way the first half was, I'm like, this game's already over. We already lost the game, and I just pretty much stopped paying attention and just focused more on the the company that I was with. So
And
that's when I pretty much checked out and was like, yeah, we're on to Buffalo because these guys, they're not coming back and winning this game. But no, you guys brought up all good points. I think you're right. The Patriots are playing really soft right now and just can't seem to get anything going. Whether it's...
But what happened to the running game?
Yo.
Yeah, I think they got away from that, but that's because they fell behind early.
They fell behind early.
Yeah. But Kim cannot function without the running game right now.
Jacoby Myers was the best receiver out there. And one question I had was like,
that's
why?
Not even saying much.
That's not saying much, but he looked like. Look at him versus N'Keal Harry. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looked like he was running routes and doing it the right way. You know what I'm saying? Getting open, hitting the soft zones, and getting open. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like, why was he, like, inactive all these weeks? You know what I'm saying? And Cam Newton forced it to him so much he threw that interception. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's one thing we really gotta.
Julian Edelman has the knee issue.
Yeah.
We drafted 20 tight ends. They're all inactive.
Terrible.
One of them.
Right.
Was it one of them had
Keane
got his first catch yesterday,
and that's
Dalton Keane.
And yesterday was National Tight End Day. Like, it was like, we don't have any skill players. We have a couple of good running backs. Our offensive line sucks because we have people injured.
We've been getting injuries, but the offensive line is actually the strongest part of their offense.
But exactly.
And it's still like depleted right now.
Yeah.
Right. Because guys are banged up. Right.
Guys are not getting open, and also Kim is not making the right read.
He's not making
the right read. So it's like, when he makes the right read, guys are not open. When he's not making, when the guys are open, he's not making the right reads.
Listen, man,
you know what I mean?
So COVID took all the momentum that he had going for him.
It did,
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, I don't know what happened during that time, but it looks like he's just not on the same page with anything on the team.
But this is the Patriots. I'm not gonna write them off quite yet.
Listen,
and I think the Bills are a good team, but I think there's no way a Bill Belichick coach team is gonna come out as flat as it has the last couple of weeks. I just don't see it.
Maybe not flat, but yeah, for sure, man. I don't know. The Bills it's gonna be hard. Like, they're not playing the best, and back to San Francisco, their team is depleted on defense and offense too.
Yeah, they have a lot of injuries.
You know what I'm saying? And it looked like they actually came together. You know.
Exactly.
And Jimmy played well, so it's like
as an excuse.
We got a million excuses for the Patriots, and you know what? You were saying that you turned the game off, and it's like, I've never thought that for the last 20 years. It's always been like, yo, we're gonna fucking find a way to win this game. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could be down 28-3. We know the vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like, somehow, some miracle. You gotta believe. You gotta believe. I don't believe it.
Okay, Julian Edelman, gotta believe.
When I tried to tell you guys last week that I felt like a Cleveland Brown fan.
Oh my God!
Y'all try to get
yesterday. I felt like a Cleveland.
Yeah, definitely.
And you know what? Cleveland played pretty good.
Hey, Cleveland won.
Baker Mayfield won the game for
5 touchdowns,
and he actually played well for once, right?
Yeah, after Odell Beckham went down with a major injury, man. You know,
I know, that's crazy.
That's terrible, man.
Yeah, get well soon, Odell.
Odell, man.
Well, I guess my takeaway from all this conversation that we've having is the Patriots are playing bad, but I just don't expect them to give up on the season. People are having discussions about Cam Newton should not be the quarterback. I've heard top radio personalities in Boston already say that Cam Newton shouldn't be the quarterback. It should be Stidham.
Well,
I don't agree with.
How many more games do you give Cam Newton to look like he's been looking before you switch on to giving Stidham the reins?
2. Two more games.
It's okay. All right. I'm with you. I'm with you for sure.
Two more games.
I do
I would
feel
have said like 3 games, but two's
Bro,
fair enough.
let me tell
Listen.
you. 3 more games will be 6 games.
yeah.
2 more games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 3 more games will be like 6 losses in a row.
Bill Belichick already
No,
said
that's
that.
a fair
2 more
point.
games.
So I mean, you're right. They've already lost 4 games. Right. If you kind of lose 2 more and go 2-6, then yeah, you might as well look to put the backup in and
But I
Listen,
just,
you're
I
playing,
just don't think
you're
it's gonna
playing
happen.
for a quarterback in the draft if we go down 2-6.
I just don't think it's gonna happen though. I think Belichick is gonna play to win. I just don't see it happening.
Listen, man. Okay. I mean, with that, right? I think the question is, should the Patriots be buyers or sellers during the trade deadline? Because that's coming up, and we're all talking about the lack of weapons, the lack of consistency, the lack of receivers we have, right?
that's
Lack
on
of
this
talent,
team.
everything. Should the Patriots be buyers or sellers during the
What are
trade
you gonna
deadline?
sell?
Stephon Gilmore. That's what I've been hearing.
The only
So
player.
that's really exactly the only piece
The
they
only
have to be
player
able to
that they
sell.
can
Joe Tooney.
Well, yeah, him too, because he's on a franchise
That's
tag
true,
deal,
that's
right?
true,
Right.
that's
So
true.
they could look to move him. I mean, those are really the only two realistic guys.
It depends on how we look the next 2 games. It depends because if we don't look good the next 2 games, then
Well, the
why
trade
buy?
deadline's next week. It's next Tuesday. So it might come down to how they look against Buffalo this coming week.
I don't think we should be buyers. I just don't. I see us. I just don't. Yeah, I don't think we should be buyers just because I don't think we have what it takes to make a really deep playoff run. Like, you should be buyers when you have the possibility to make a deep playoff run. Then you're like, okay, let's go add that extra piece to make that deep playoff run. I see us maybe making the playoffs.
We
like
can
that's
still
like
make
that's
the
like even,
playoffs.
you know what I mean? Like making the playoffs and getting eliminated the first game is like gold this year. You know what I mean?
But
So I just
fair.
I don't even think like trading for like a top tier wide receiver is really like it's
Or
gonna
tight end,
improve
right.
things. It's gonna improve things, but I don't like the way that defense look and the way the rest of the offense look. I just don't know if that's the one piece we need to add that's gonna like
The way
make
Cam
us that
Newton
much better.
looks.
You know, exactly the way Cam looks. I don't think trading for that one wide receiver, because the one thing that people have been talking about is trading for that one wide receiver to help us, but is one wide receiver really gonna make?
Well, they need multiple weapons, not
That's
just
what
one guy.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
You know,
right.
You know what I was hearing is people are looking to Golden Tate and Evan Ingram because the Giants should be sellers at trade deadline as well. What do you guys think about that?
I don't like Evan Ingram.
He's
but
injured a lot, right?
Yeah, he
And he
drops
dropped-
a lot,
he got
and
the
yeah,
drop
right.
piece.
And I think the dude's trash, man. Like,
And
I
you
don't
know
think
what?
he's that good.
He'd still be 10 times better than what we got now.
That is true. As trash as he is, he'd still be a huge upgrade at the tight end position.
Golden Tate.
From freaking Ryan Izzo and Dalton Keene, right?
Golden
and
Tate
Devin
would be
Asiasi.
our number 1 receiver.
For sure.
Oh, hands
Like-
down, by far. No, not even close. Absolutely. No, he'd be our best pass catching option and number 1 option in the offense without a doubt.
Right, week 1. You know what I'm saying? So what do you say? You don't say buyers or sellers? Sellers?
Yeah, if we can sell Gilmore, sure.
Shit. I mean, Jackson's been outplaying him all year. Flat out.
Yeah,
Even
JC Jackson,
Jonathan
yeah.
Jones has been outballing him all year.
I don't even think John Jones is that good, but yeah, he has
Actually,
been.
John Jones is pretty nice.
Or
he's alright.
Joe Tooney. If we can sell either one of those guys, I'll be okay with
Okay, what say you, Barry?
Yeah, sellers. I don't see how this team can be buyers right at 2-4, and and the way they're playing right now, and I don't think it's gonna get any better for this team anytime soon. So, yeah, they're definitely sellers to me at the deadline. They should be honestly looking to move, those pieces and trying to get some value for them instead of letting them go for nothing. So, yeah, there's no way this team, is like a piece or two away. They're quite a few pieces away from actually being a contending team in the AFC. So
we don't even know how to act as losers. I feel as though like we haven't been 2-4 in so long. We don't even know how to act. Like, you know what I mean? We already like so down on the team. I feel as though like other fans are probably like, bro, you're only 2-4. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't even know how to act as like, it's crazy. Like, I don't even, it's weird feeling this way about the Patriots. Like, I've definitely felt that way. Even the Celtics, when, after they traded like Garnett and them, like, it was like, but like the Patriots have always been the best team in the
Listen, man,
the league are one of the best, right.
No, actually the best.
The best. You know what? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have been talking trash. They're happy about the Patriots losing, which is, that nobody cares about that. It's like, but your team has to be winning for like the next 15 years to be able to say anything. It's like,
for real.
Your team's been trashed the whole time. We've been killing everybody. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we do have 1 year, and I think the other factor is we know good football when we see good football. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're not gonna sit here and say our team's doing the best when it's like, bro, clearly you guys look like the bottom of the tier team, you know what I'm saying, in the league right now.
2020 is different, man.
It's different.
It is.
Cowboys suck. Patriots suck.
Cowboys always suck.
Yeah, they always suck.
I was just gonna say that earlier. I feel like the Cowboys now for real.
The Bucks are the best team in the league. Like,
Facts.
What's going on?
Facts. Arizona looks crazy good.
Oh yeah,
right. No, for real.
But to my response, I think Bill Belichick, man, you need to be selling like you're going out of fucking business. You know what I'm saying? And come next year, it's time to fucking start spending some money. Because we can't go cheap anymore. We cannot be cheap anymore. We can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? Like the team that we need to be able to like spend on top tier talent.
In order for us to spend, I agree with you, John. But in order for us to spend, we need to make sure that we can play. If we can play, then we can. Like, it's either, I don't know if Cam Newton is gonna be the quarterback next year, but we need to have a quarterback that can deliver the ball.
Remember when we were talking about extensions?
Smart play.
And like week 2?
Early.
I know that was fast time, for real. Right, when we 2 and 3, this guy should have an extension.
Sign him
now
right
we're
now.
at week 7, and we already talking about who's gonna be the next quarterback of the future.
I can just hear the Boston radio guys talking to me.
They're going nuts right now.
It's gonna be wild today, man.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of it this morning on Touch and Rich, and they're already
last night after the game, Zoe said Stidham should be starting.
Yo, on some real shit, bro. Like I told you guys, I was for somebody to come in to push the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least if you're going to be the starter, you have to be able to beat somebody out.
Yeah.
If you can't beat Cam Newton right now, you shouldn't be the starter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
And if he's not showing anything in practice, he shouldn't be the starter either.
I mean, he didn't look that great either.
He didn't look. He threw an interception too.
Yeah, he didn't look that great.
You know, and he looks like he makes some really good throws, and then he throws it right to the other team, just like Cam Newton's been doing. So like, do we at least Cam Newton has the legs, to be able to do something sometimes, and I don't know if it's like a confidence thing right now, or maybe he hasn't, had the right practice. We got to think about, the whole practice thing has changed for these teams as well. They're not practicing with whole teams anymore. They're like practicing in groups. You know what I mean? Like 11 guys here, 11 guys there. So the team's not coming together. And again, that's not an excuse because I don't know if the other teams are doing it, but they're all going through COVID too, man.
Everyone's going through the same situation, right?
Yeah.
And also we gotta look at the Titans, right? The Titans had their COVID outbreak and they were I think they didn't play for a couple of weeks and they came back and they've been playing well.
I think the Titans are in a different circumstance.
Even yesterday's game when they came back, they lost to Steelers,
The
but
Steelers
had
got lucky, is what happened.
Exactly. They
did for real.
They were making a good comeback, you know what I mean? So
I thought they was there.
No, the Titans are looking good. The Titans are playing well. I'm not worried about the Titans.
I saw it was 46 yards. I'm like, this is not guaranteed.
I had a feeling he was gonna miss that kick. I wasn't surprised about that.
I wasn't surprised
at all. No, I'm like, yeah, he's not hitting this for real. So
right. But I think we're all saying we should be sellers at the end of the trade deadline. Well, at the trade deadline. And now, we face the Bills next, who are currently leading the division right now. They won their last game. I
just
believe.
Barely.
What are they, 5-2?
5-2, yeah.
5-2,
just barely beat the Jets.
They barely beat the Jets, but we don't know what our team's gonna do come next week. We know it's a big divisional game,
huge,
and we always step up for those games. It seems like the Patriots, and we've known them. So it's like when teams know each other, no matter how bad they are, they're still gonna be competitive for some reason. And I'm thinking that might be the situation this week. What do you guys think is the key to the game next week, and what do the Patriots have to do to win?
Good quarterback play. And running the ball. We need to be able to mix in the run in with the passing game. We need to get Cam Newton running the ball, which is something that I didn't think I was gonna have to say this year. But obviously, when he runs, that's when he can pose the best. That's when he can keep the defense guessing and get guys open. So I think in play of the play action. So I think that's exactly what we need next week. And our defense needs to play better as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, this is a tough game because to tell the truth, I really don't see the Patriots winning this game. But if they do, win this game and somehow able to, come up, with the victory, I think along with those things that, Vlad said, they're gonna, need to execute, better on pretty much in all three phases, and they're gonna need to play with, with some toughness and and physicality and play smart. I think it's particularly on defense. The Bills' offense has been playing pretty well. They've been struggling the last couple games, but for the most part this year they've gone off to a good start. And Josh Allen and his receivers, Stephon Diggs, and those other guys they have. So I think this is gonna be a good big game for a secondary. So they're gonna have to step up and play well. We're gonna have to get some pass rush on Josh Allen and put some pressure on him so he doesn't have time to throw to those weapons. And offensively, they should have to do everything better. Seriously, like the whole 9 yards of it. So I think it starts with with execution and just being able to be ready to play and be ready to compete at a high level, which they haven't done. So hopefully they do that next week in Buffalo, or else this thing could get really ugly if they don't.
Yeah, for sure, man. Defense, man. The Buffalo Bills can be explosive. We could see another performance like we did this week, next week.
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Very easily. On defense anyway, when we're on defense, like we could see Buffalo dropping 30, 35 points on us, very easily, because Josh Allen, he is one of the top quarterbacks in the league this year. Don't kid yourself.
He's been playing well.
Stephon Diggs is playing really well.
Yes.
Shoot, I think he's outpacing what he did all of last year with Minnesota already.
Oh, for sure. He looks like a whole different new receiver.
Exactly. Allen, he's improving. He's improved vastly this year. He still makes his mistakes every now and then. But our defense has to be able to take advantage of those. And we have been able to take advantage of some poor passing. You know, yesterday we got a couple picks, didn't we?
We did just 2 interceptions.
Yeah, we've been able to get picks off quarterbacks, but and then it comes up to the offense. We have to be able to string some plays together.
Yeah.
We just haven't been able to string anything at all for the past, 3 weeks it seems like?
Yes, sir.
Nothing on offense at all. Like we get like 30 yards and then the offense sputters out.
Yeah.
You know, and then you got Julian Edelman just looking at you all confused on the side of the field, like what is going on?
Well, he has a knee issue.
He has a knee issue, and it's like he can't help us right now, man.
Yeah.
The guy,
right.
34,
yeah, he doesn't look right.
losing it, and it seems like his legs are definitely going. And you know, for receivers, when your legs start going, your hands start going too, and you see what happens to him. He has the dropsies all year.
Yeah.
You know, he's been some costly drops too. You know,
No,
drop
for
passes,
sure, absolutely. He hasn't looked like himself at all.
Yeah, and by all means, dude, put Jacoby Myers on the field on offense, man. I don't know what's going on, but like you have to be able to put guys that are making plays out on the field. You know, like I don't know if it's like a draft status thing with N'Keal Harry, but it's like Bill Belichick. I'd like you to.
Doesn't play that kind of game.
He doesn't play that kind of stuff, but it looks like that's what they're doing with N'Keal Harry.
There must be a reason,
bro. I don't know what the reason is, you know, based on...
Well, he got injured yesterday. He had that head injury.
And then that's what it took for Jacoby Myers to get on the field and actually do a couple things.
I know, it's crazy.
And it's why
did we let it get to that point?
Why haven't we given him any chances at all? Like, what is going on? So why is he so bad that we can't give him, you know, some kind of play, you know? We just can't be predictable. We just cannot be predictable, and we're very predictable on offense right now, man. And so that's what I think should happen next week for us to win the game. And
sure. And they got to get back to running the football and seeing all those, plays that we saw early in the season with the options and the misdirection and the zone read. Like they've gotten away from that, and they were doing well with that early in the season, and they just haven't done that. In the last few weeks. So I'd like to see them get back to that this week against the Bills and establish the running game. And I think that will open up the rest of the offense to be able to make plays and be successful.
You know what else it seems like they're moving away from? Like James White is not involved in a lot of the game. Like, what happened to James White? Like, this is one of our best receiving backs in the league.
One of the best weapons on our offense.
On our offense. It's like, what is happening?
Right, and he's not getting any touches. I know that's unacceptable. Not having him involved in the offense.
Is Rex injured?
No, Rex is out there getting burned like every game.
Right. All those guys are playing.
Every single game.
Exactly. They're just not getting the touches they need to be getting.
I just like how we're like, where's James White? Where's Rex Burkhead? Where's everybody?
Right, seriously.
What is happening?
Even like Damian Harris, like, geez, like these guys are non-existent, right, and not involved at all.
Now he makes you miss Sony Michelle.
I can't believe we just said that. Now we miss Sony Michelle.
Yeah, we're like the worst. We're like the worst losers ever. Like we just we don't even know how to act right now.
Right. But we are some sore losers.
It's wild, yo. My friend was trying to talk to me about the loss. I'm like, don't talk to me about the loss.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like you guys only talk to me when we're losing games. You know,
right. When we're winning,
you guys don't never say nothing. You know,
for real.
You know, it's
I know some people like that too, man. That's crazy.
It's annoying, bro.
It is. Facts.
You know,
it really is, man.
Yeah, man. But good luck to the Patriots next week, man. They better. I don't know what Bill Belichick's gonna do, but like, you're looking bad right now, buddy.
And honestly, guys, I think this is a must-win game for the Patriots.
It is a must-win.
They can't afford to fall to 2-5, or else I
thought this was a must-win game.
Right, but. For real, and they should have won this game against the 49ers, but they obviously didn't come ready to play. But yeah, you can't afford to lose to the Bills and go down 2-5, 3 games under 500. And still think you have a chance to, make the playoffs. So yeah, they got to find a way to win this game this coming Sunday against the Bills.
Yeah, man, for sure. Some other notable games that happened. Obviously, Seahawks and Arizona last night
That was a really good game.
a
Crazy
really,
game.
really good game.
Yeah.
We see
the Titans versus Steelers game. I thought that was
a really, really good game.
too.
That came down to the last field goal right there.
Right, yep.
Well, it didn't come down to it. They had a chance to tie.
There was a game. It was a game between two undefeated teams, and obviously the Steelers stayed undefeated.
Yeah.
But those are two great teams in the AFC, and those teams are gonna be competing in the playoffs. You can already tell.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
Like
without question. Absolutely.
Vrabel's doing a really great job out there in Tennessee. Like he has that team going. They were down by I don't know how many points they were down. 14, 17 points.
17 points, yeah.
You know what they look like?
And they played really well.
You know what they look like?
No, they didn't. Nah, I'm not gonna let you say that. No, they did not.
The way they're playing,
John.
I'm like, I don't know. It looks like there's some similarities over there.
Boy.
You know? I don't know.
He did used to play here, so
Yeah.
I'm not too surprised.
And some strategic stuff he's doing, I'm like, that looks familiar. But it's good though. It's a good team. Who did the Chiefs play?
The Broncos.
The Broncos. They
Yeah, they
were
whooped
supposed
him
to
up.
do.
They
The
blew him
Bucks,
up.
the Bucks versus
Las Vegas.
the Raiders, yeah.
That was a good game too.
Brady looked awesome.
Brady shredded them.
Oh yeah, picked them apart. Right. For real.
Rob Gronkowski had a good game too.
Yo.
Yeah, he did his thing, right? He's starting to look like the old Gronk, right? He's getting there slowly but surely, right?
You know, he's been putting in the work. Those were some notable games. There were no COVID-19 positive tests this week for the first time.
Yeah, they.
The last week there was none, at least on Sunday. But
Yeah.
Nonetheless, that's great news for the NFL. So great to hear that.
Yeah, man. The Titans were fined $350K for the COVID-19 outbreak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is not that much. I thought there would be more.
I thought it would be more. I thought they were gonna lose draft picks. You know, if it was the Patriots, we'd lose a couple draft picks.
Oh yeah, to say the least.
Yeah,
That's big
we'd
time
lose at
fact.
least a third rounder.
Exactly.
know what I'm saying?
And we had them in big because Belichick loves the third rounders. Yeah.
Well, we had a little bit of outbreak. Nothing
Yeah,
happened to
but
us.
they did the investigation, and it turned out we weren't like violating rules like that. You know, so it looked like people were doing what they were supposed to do, so that's why that's not an issue. Las Vegas Raiders, they're supposed to be seeing even more charges for their discretions with the COVID-19 stuff.
Yeah. So wait for that.
Yeah, that's true. I did hear they're gonna come down pretty hard on them. So we'll see what they decide to do. The NFL to the Raiders, but yeah, that was ridiculous. The whole old line had COVID-19 and got put on the COVID list. So. Yeah, that was pretty crazy what's going on over there. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, one big news that happened this week. AB's back. He's back.
Yes.
Antonio Brown. He,
That's right.
there was a lot of rumors about him signing with the Ravens, because he worked out with Lamar Jackson over the summer, so that was cool. And they asked Lamar Jackson a couple questions, like, "Yeah, I think he'd be good." You know what I'm saying? I think he should get a shot. And then Russell Wilson and Geno Smith worked out with him over the summer.
Yeah.
You know
Right,
what I mean? And Russell Wilson's been vocal about, this would be a good place for him. And but
the Seahawks were one of the leaders,
right
in
the negotiations and stuff like that. But I think Brady was like, "Yo, this dude was living at my house last summer, so we're gonna sign him, and he's gonna do what I tell him to, because I'm putting out my neck out for him."
It was crazy because I didn't hear anything about the Buccaneers until Friday.
You saw the news. They have been working on a contract.
Yeah, all the noise I heard was always about the Seahawks. And then late Friday, it looks like the Bucks might sign Antonio Brown, and then an hour later they sign Antonio Brown. It was almost like a done deal.
Come on.
But I heard Brady was very instrumental into signing him.
Come on.
Brady even sent him to one of his guys to like talk to him, make sure that like working with him on his life and becoming a better person. So I think Brady had it like written down. He had it done.
Brady was plotting on this shit all last year, bro.
Of course.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like he knew Grunk was coming back. He knew Antonio Brown was coming back. And you know what? He knew he couldn't do it with the Patriots. They wouldn't bring those guys back. He knew that. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
The way that offense look on Sunday.
Why they don't even need him?
And then you add Antonio Brown to it.
And he's gonna be their best receiver.
I don't even know how they. No, he's not. And Mike
He's
Evans.
going to be their best receiver.
I'm still gonna take Mike Evans because he hasn't played in so long. But nevertheless, where they gonna fit him?
With Brady's skill set, he's the best receiver on their team already.
Where is he gonna fit on the team?
What do you mean? Where? He's gonna start.
Yeah, he'll play on the field.
Obviously, guys, I'm saying, but they have so many weapons. Like
he's gonna be their top slot.
You saw how many weapons Brady already had. Like where? Like it's just crazy.
They can put him anywhere in the slot, outside.
I'm not literally. It's a rhetorical question.
Right.
Like,
we got it.
Where is he gonna fit on the field? Like there's so many weapons, so many people to distribute the ball to. Yesterday, Mike Evans only had 2 catches.
See, it goes to show you how dangerous of an offense, and they put up 45 points.
45 points. None of it was scored by the defense.
Yeah, exactly. No defensive touchdowns this week, right? They got one last week, but none this week. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Goes to show you how scary and dangerous that offense is when they're on full stride and playing at their best.
Bruce Arians in the offseason, we're not going to sign Antonio Brown.
He doesn't fit
our culture.
Right.
We're not doing it. The whole time he was like, yeah, I'm just saying that, Brady.
Well, no,
listen, I'm just.
I personally think he was being truthful at that moment. But I think Brady was like, hey, listen, Bruce, I'm working with him. He's becoming a better person. And I think Brady probably convinced him.
Brady, we scored 38 last week. Like, why do we need this guy?
It will win us a championship. You and I can both retire after this.
Listen, I'm Tom Brady. I'm telling you, he will help us win a championship. Yeah. Guaranteed. Yo.
Right. No. It's a scary world out there for anybody facing the Bucks.
Yo, man.
It is, man. And it goes to show you who's really running that team and who's calling the shots and has control of the roster over there. It's clearly TB12 Tom Brady that is the one that's making the roster decisions.
He's turned into LeBron, man.
Exactly, LeBron 2.0, for real. And
he's calling shots now. My favorite tweet yesterday, D'Angelo Williams, is like, Tom Brady's turned into Nick Fury out there. Avengers Assemble, dude. Like, that's crazy. But
I think I did hear him say that. That was pretty funny that when he said that.
No, that was crazy, man. But you know that those are the major things that are happening right now. Another thing concerning football that we're doing, we do have our fantasy league that's going on right now, and that's on the sleeper league. So that's for the people that are playing for a $75 merch package, Pro Fan Sports package. You know, shout outs to all of them. You know, there's a lot of names that we're not going to be saying right now, but we're going to give you a little update on what's happening with the league right now. Vlad, you got an update for us? Like what are the teams standings?
So John Mazaka is first.
Jay Mazaka.
Yep, Joe Mazaka, my guy.
Sorry, Mazaka. He's first at 5-1.
Mm-hmm.
Black Robin Hood, Rudy Luders is 5-1.
Okay.
Rita Fletcher is third at 4-2.
Okay.
Wow, Rita's all right.
Team
Team
Kaz, I think that's one of your buddies.
That's Andy. It's my boy Andy.
Oh,
Shout out to Andy.
He's 4-2. He's fourth.
You know the vibes.
Kimberly, Canadian girl.
Kim.
Yes.
What up from
Kimberly.
Toronto?
Yes, from the 6.
Yo, she just bought a house. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Yeah, she did. Absolutely.
She's 5th at 4-2. My boy, Jamari Jones his team name is Black on Black.
I like
is
it.
6 at 3-3.
Nice.
Kevin Tame Jr. is 3-3.
K Money, my man.
K Money.
My guy.
He's 7. Justin M is 2-4. He's 8th.
Okay, Justin.
Bad News Bears. I'm not sure what that is. He's 2-4.
Don't know who that is.
There's another team. I'm not gonna say their name. They're 2-4.
Why is it offensive?
Yeah, I just don't like it. But
Oh, does there anything have to do with these?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That should better unsaid, right?
Yeah.
Good call on that. Yeah.
Ritz Bobby is 1-5.
What?
Yeah, Bobby Ritz, my man.
Come on, man. Step that up.
Yeah, you gotta step your game up, bro.
Hit the waiver wires.
I'm not sure.
Exactly. Right.
I'm not sure what that is, but Team Wildcard Champ is 1-5.
Okay, yeah. Step that up, y'all.
So it looks
That
like
might be one of my boys too. So yeah, he's gotta step his game up too. Yeah.
it's like Joe Mizaka, Woody Luders, Wheeler Fletcher, Team Kaz, Kimberly, and Black on Black are leading the league. So we'll see.
All right.
Yeah, no, for sure. So thanks for that update, Vlad. I'm looking forward to hearing how that rest of the league goes. I think my guy Joey Mazika's got a good chance to win the league this year. That's what I think's gonna come out on top.
We'll see, man. You
I
know,
heard Rudy Luders has a different opinion on that.
Yes, he did. As he told me on the barbecue we had last week at his place, right? He said that to me. So you're right. We'll see how the rest of the season goes. But he looks like he's pretty determined to, win the league this year and and take the championship in the league.
Yeah, for sure, man. And now, in lieu of that, we're gonna talk about some sleepers and we're gonna do some pick'ems, right? Some sleepers, somebody you should sit, somebody you should start. What do you think, Barry? You got anything?
Yeah. So I'm looking here for week 8. The schedule games we got coming up for stardoms. I would probably say who you would want to start is I'd go you start with the Colts defense. I know typically you start them, but I feel like it's gonna be a good week for them going against the Lions, who are struggling and not playing well, and I feel like the Colts, their defense is underrated. Not too many people talk about them, so I think they're gonna have a good week and play well. This upcoming week against the Lions. So I'd go with them. As far as sit, I would say you'd want to sit. I'd actually say sit Cam Newton this game against a very tough Buffalo Bills team, very good defensive team. They've been playing pretty well on that side of the ball throughout the year. The Pats offense is struggling and hasn't been able to really put up a lot of points and be effective. So I think this would be a good week to sit Cam Newton and have him on your bench. And for a sleeper, that's tough for a sleeper. I'll go with Le'Veon Bell for a sleeper. I think he's based in his former team. I think they will get him more involved in the offense. Since he's still learning the playbook, and I'm sure he's gonna have some more plays for him this week since he just made his debut last week against the Broncos. And this is definitely a game that I'm sure he's circled on his calendar, being able to place his former team and getting his, revenge on them. So I think that this will be a good week, for him to, for you guys to have him on your fantasy lineup. So that will be my starter, sit him, and sleeper for week 8.
Yeah, okay. And I'm gonna just talk about some people you should think about picking up for your team. Miami had a bye this week, but when they come back, Tua is gonna be their new starting quarterback. So if you don't have a quarterback or you're in a 2-quarterback league, you might want to pick him up. Because he's somebody that's a dual threat and that can do some things out there. Another person you should think about picking up is Wayne Gallman from the Giants. He played pretty well this week. And as far as like offense, they don't have much else going on for them. We saw Daniel Jones run the ball and trip over his own feet. So Wayne Gallman is a good pickup. Somebody you should look out for is LaMichael Perine from the Jets. He's actually their rookie.
That is another good one.
Yeah, he's their rookie, and Frank Gore is their starter right now. And Frank Gore is 300 years old.
Yeah,
so,
for real. Ancient.
Yeah. So he's gonna be taking over that thing pretty soon, and he looks a little capable right there. He's there. He has the healthiest legs over there. So maybe want to pick that guy up, and that's gonna be it for us for the NFL portion of this podcast. Let's move into the NBA, man. Obviously, the NBA is in the off season right now. They're thinking about a December 22nd start. And a 72-game season, and obviously that's because they're trying to get back to their regular scheduled seasons, come next year and stuff like that. So I thought that was interesting. What do you think the effects of dropping it down to 72 games will have on the season?
I don't think it'll have any effect, to be honest. I think it's only 10 games. They only cut down
10 games is a lot.
I mean, how many games they cut out this year? Think about it.
Did they cut out a lot of games this year?
Yeah.
Because of COVID, right?
Yeah, it was
but
about
it's
the
different.
same amount, about 10 games, less, right. Because they played, about 60 games? Well, yes,
but they went to a whole
65
different
games, and then they
format,
played
too.
8 games in the bubble before the playoffs start. So
yeah,
it's about the same amount of games.
I don't think it'll be. I mean, it's only 10 games. I don't think it'll be that much different. I think because of COVID, we're starting so late into the season. I think it will help keep the season within the same timeline that it usually ends. Instead of if you play all 82 games, then that will push the final into maybe July or something. And I think the NBA wants to stay within that December to mid-June or end of June kind of feeling. So I think it's good. I think that's what a league should do. Even the NFL, I feel as though the NFL, the way they're going about their thing with when they're not even trying to consider either pushing the season later or anything like that, they're just trying to push through it. It's a little bit irresponsible. I feel as though the NBA is trying to look at it realistically and be like, okay, 72 games, we can handle that. Let's start, December. I think the smart thing for them is starting December 22nd, because I was hearing that they were thinking of starting in January 2021.
Yeah.
And I think starting December 22nd gives you that those Christmas games that everybody's gonna be looking forward to.
Yeah.
I mean, I think those games are gonna be sloppy like the first couple games usually are. You're not gonna get that intense Christmas games, but I think it's worth it to have those Christmas games out, because I think that's a big part of people's start to watch the NBA. So
Right.
So yeah, I think it's good. I think I look forward to it, and I think you have to adjust in a pandemic year.
Yeah.
No, you do for sure. Yeah, no, I like this too. I'm with that. I'm glad that they're deciding to start earlier than what they initially had said they were going to start. I'm glad, particularly they're starting, before the Christmas Day of, holiday, because I always like watching, those games as well as everybody else. That's pretty much all I do during Christmas Day besides open gifts and spend time with the family. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And I'm glad that they're shortening up the season a little bit, because I think the regular season should be shortened. I think 82 games is a little bit too much. I think 72 is just the right amount of games that should be played in in a regular season, and is enough games to decide as far as seedings and the standings go. And they also wanted to have this, start a little bit earlier, so that before the Olympics, so that guys who want to play in the Olympics for Team USA can be able to do that. I know there's quite a few marquee NBA players that also participate in that, so they'll be able to do that with the season starting earlier. So I'm definitely a fan of the season starting in December on the 22nd, and look forward to seeing those NBA basketball games once they come around in a couple months.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I think the NBA, man, it's very entertaining. I like the NBA a lot, and it always feels like something's missing when the NBA's gone too. Not seeing those guys on TV all the time. But I agree. I think a December start would be good. I think the effect it has is it's gonna help the older veteran teams, having less games, so people like LeBron James is gonna benefit from stuff like that, just having the less games, just less wear and tear on the body, coupled with the fact that they're gonna rest guys during the season, so that should be good. I mean, I'm gonna tune in regardless whenever they start, man. I think it sucks for the guys that do have injuries, that were injured. They don't have too much time to heal, to get back.
Only the guys that played in the
bubble,
that not only played in the bubble but played late in the bubble.
Yeah, like the Celtics.
If you went home early, you had enough time to recover.
Got plenty of time.
And if you didn't go to the bubble at all, then you had way too much time to recover.
Facts,
I'm actually thinking about the Celtics because we got Kemba, and then Daniel Tice just went. He just had that injury on his knee.
Didn't he just have surgery too, I believe?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He had the surgery. That's what I meant.
Who had the surgery?
Daniel Tice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but let's just move on into the Celtics then. There's some news going on. They're monitoring Andre Drummond. Finally, they're looking at a viable big man. Somebody I thought that we should have been trying to get for like the past couple of years, to be honest with you. I think we could use a 2020 guy, right?
I hear what you're saying, but I have different feelings on that.
You couldn't use a 2020 guy?
Well, no, we could, but I don't necessarily think he'd be a good fit in terms of his style of play and our style of play for the Celtics.
All right, go into that.
Yeah, go ahead. Go.
Okay, so I mean, he's certainly good at filling up the stat sheet, as John was just saying. He's rebounding machine, and and it is very athletic, and definitely good at crashing the boards. But I just think typically the Celtics like big men that can stretch the floor, that can be able to shoot that mid-range and outside shot and knock it down with some efficiency, and that's just not really a strength in his game. They usually like to spread the floor and have all five guys that can that are shooters and that can make shots, and since Brad Stevens loves the stretch fours and the stretch fives, so with that kind of style of play, that the pace and space that the Celtics like to play on offense, I just think that he doesn't really fit the way the Celtics like to play and what they like to do on offense. But I mean, they certainly need another guy who can not only rebound as well, but also protect the rim and play well in good defense in the paint. So I mean, I'd be okay if they do go after him and pick him up, but I'm still not too sure. But as far as from an offensive standpoint, that the fit would actually work out for us, and and he'd be actually able to play with the rest of our team.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people are saying out there, but I definitely disagree with that. You know what I'm saying? Because like we had somebody like Aaron Baines who learned how to shoot over here. You know what I'm saying? I feel like those are things you can work on.
Andre Drummond can't shoot at all.
What do you mean? He's a 20-20 guy. Like, he's not getting those all at the rim.
Majority of them, his majority of field goals are inside the paint and in the rim.
You can lob it to him anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's an athletic guy, I feel like, and I think he can work on his game. And I don't think we should not go after him because he can't shoot threes. Like, how many bigs do we know? How many bigs do we know that's gonna shoot a lot of threes during the game? That's not typically where they're supposed to be at. I get it. They should be able to hit, one or two, you know what I'm saying? But I think that's something you can work on. And it seems like the Celtics work with these guys pretty good on the threes. Like even Daniel Tice is now hitting them, after a couple years. He wasn't hitting them like that when he first got on the team, to my knowledge, But I think he's definitely somebody that would have helped us out against, a Bam Adebayo, in the bubble.
No, I would say that. I mean, he definitely would have been able to match up with him from an athletic standpoint and also from a size standpoint as well. So, no, that's a fair point. I mean, hopefully he does continue to work on his game and improve. He's still, pretty young in the prime of his career. So
that's the other thing.
So hopefully, right, he's able to continue to keep growing and and keep improving on his offensive game. So I think if he does that, then I could see why the Celtics would be looking into bringing him in. Maybe a reason why other people were saying that they shouldn't look at it was because of the contract that he's making. I know he has a bad contract and is, making way more than he should be. So I don't think, maybe some people wouldn't want to see another, a contract that would put the Celtics in a tight spot with the cap, and you wouldn't give them that cap flexibility since they're already kind of in a tough spot as it is with, Hayward's contract.
I'm sure if they get him, the Celtics would make some kind of move to alleviate the cap and stuff like that. But I'm just imagining, if Jason Tatum doesn't have to concentrate on rebounding the ball on the defensive end all the time, you know what I'm saying, and can get out on fast breaks, you know what I'm saying, catch a lob or something like that, or Jaylen Brown doesn't have to focus on rebounding, you know what I'm saying, as much as they do now. That frees them up to do other things when you got some guy that's going to grab at least 15, 17 rebounds a game, you know what I'm saying, and then when we're against bigger team, the other team's not shooting the ball and getting 2-3 offensive rebounds right in our faces, you know what I'm saying? So I think
who do you trade for Andre Drummond?
Andre Drummond, who do you trade? Is that what it's for?
Or
is it a trade?
Or is he just
signing? Would he just sign? I think it's just a signing. I don't think it's a trade.
Think he's a free agent because
So if he's a free agent, you're just signing him. How do you fit him under your cap space?
We got to make some trades, man. We gotta let go of some young pieces. There's a big contract in there
that aren't even playing, right?
Well, we got to get rid of one of the big contracts. So we're talking about. Are you gonna
get rid of Hayward?
Gordon Hayward, bro.
Are you gonna get rid of Smart?
Not Smart.
No, I'd probably say Hayward.
I would say Hayward, man.
He's the guy that's the odd man out that they should look to move.
As we know, the Pacers are thinking of trading for Gordon Hayward.
For Gordon Hayward.
But we also know that Gordon Hayward is not the hottest commodity out there, especially because of his plays of late and obviously because of his contract. So what if you cannot get somebody to trade for him?
I mean, what I'm hearing is they're not actually trying to trade Gordon Hayward. Like, that's not in their plans. But like, if another team comes out and they're interested, why wouldn't you look into that? You know, what I'm
saying I don't know if there are teams that are going to be interested in the player that's not that hot right now with a bad contract.
We got to keep in mind that it is off season, and these guys, they throw out a lot of smoke screens out there, just to like get rumors started while they work on other shit too. You know what I'm saying? So we don't even know if that's actually a fact that they want Gordon Hayward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we don't.
They might just be putting it out there so you can get him on the cheap. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
Like,
right. No,
we'll take him off your hands, but we know he, the injury stuff. You know what I'm saying? Take him and then something else. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see what happens. I definitely like the Andre Drummond stuff. I'm thinking about like a Miles Turner. That would be really good.
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice.
I would like Miles Turner over Andre Drummond. Actually,
oh yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Because he can stretch the court
the floor,
now.
Right. That would be a better fit offensively.
Right, that's not something we would have to work on, all off season and stuff to get on Drummond.
I just know that we need to improve our rebounding situation and also some big men presence in the paint. We need to address that one way or another. Drummond wouldn't be my first pick, but if we got him, listen, that's 20 rebounds.
20 rebounds a game.
And
right.
And possibly 20 points a night.
Yep.
So tell me why,
17.
Tell me why, as a coach, you cannot fit that in. That's
fair.
You know what I mean?
Brad
It's like,
Stevens
find a way to fit that in, man. That's 20 points, 20 rebounds.
Right, and particularly for a guy that you don't really have to run plays for like that, and that's going to be playing off ball. So
I don't.
That even makes
don't tell me it doesn't fit your offense or it doesn't fit your scheme. If he can provide you that, then work with that and work with the other guys around him.
No, that's a fair point. Not absolutely, but that's Brad Stevens' job is to be able to make those pieces, fit together.
Like John was saying, he will relieve the other guys of some of the rebounding duties that they were struggling with, especially all last year.
Yeah, man. Jason Tatum was like getting 10, 12 rebounds, during the playoffs and stuff. I'm like, that's great.
That's always been
that was great.
No,
that was great. I love it. You know what I'm saying? But like, if he doesn't have to, bro, you can focus more on the offensive end. You know what I'm saying? Of your responsibilities or positioning yourself to get, more points and stuff like that. I'd love to see it, man. I'd love to see it. But that's what we got for the Celtics. We know the draft is coming up on the November 18th. So when that gets closer, we'll break down some of the draft stuff, some of the names that they're looking at, some of the guys that they bring in to work out. But until then, let's move into the MLB, man, where the World Series is going on right now. LA Dodgers versus Tampa Bay Rays. Dodgers lead right now 3-2. They took the game Sunday night. By the score of 4-2. Yeah. It was an entertaining game as well. It was definitely, anxiety inducing. At the last rounds there, you thought the Rays were gonna come back a little bit. At least get one more run there on the board because they were in position to do it.
I thought that was gonna happen. Right.
Yeah.
I haven't watched every single game, but I've watched game 4 and game 5.
Yeah.
And game 4 was a thrilling game.
Yeah, that was exciting.
Thrilling ending.
Rays came back.
I couldn't believe it.
For real. Seriously, how did that catcher drop that ball?
Well, he didn't even catch it. He just didn't catch it at all.
Right, that's true.
He didn't catch it at all.
I'm very surprised by that.
But it's just fun watching such competitive game and also seeing the manager of the Dodgers reacting the way he reacted, like he was so pissed.
Robert.
His reaction was priceless.
But it's been a good World Series. The last couple of games were really good. I thought we could have another ending like that again on Sunday.
Yeah, I thought that's what it was gonna be. I was actually nervous for the Dodgers.
I'm sure they were nervous for themselves.
Yeah, for sure.
I thought another choke job was gonna happen on Game 5.
But my wish is for Game 7. I want Game 7. Game 7 World Series. I'm not emotionally involved, so I want Game 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, me too. And I feel like this series, with the way it's gone, it kind of has a
That game
7-game feel. Right.
Yeah.
Go into it, and with the way these two teams have been playing, and how back and forth it's been, this series has been. I definitely expect this series to go the full 7 games. I'm still gonna stick with my initial prediction when last week I said that Tampa the Rays were gonna win it. I still think they're gonna find a way to come out on top. But honestly, this is the Dodgers series to lose. They should be able to win this series. So we'll see how the rest of the series goes, and I'm sure there'll be a couple more exciting games and finishes to this World Series. So we'll see what happens.
You think Mookie is gonna give us more free tacos?
Free tacos. He's actually the one player to ever do that 2 times.
Twice in the World Series.
That's pretty cool.
right.
I like it.
You guys already got your free tacos?
I didn't get mine.
I didn't get
no
yet.
tacos.
Yeah,
I didn't get no tacos the last time either.
I got mine the last time, but because the Red Sox won. But I don't know if I'm gonna get it this time.
Wait, everybody gets free tacos?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I thought it was like
Taco Bell does free tacos.
You thought it was just like in LA?
I thought it was just like LA, bro.
Nah, man, it's the whole country.
I'm so done.
Whatever Taco Bell.
I'm so done with this.
Oh man, John, you didn't know that, bro?
missing out
you
on
thought it was
tacos.
just in that city?
He thought he had to hop on a plane to LA or something.
I missed out on the tacos, bro.
I don't think it's happening. Did it already happen?
No, it's happening, I think, after the 28th or something like that.
Okay, so we still got some time.
We still got a chance to get tacos?
Yeah.
Yes, we do. Yeah. Make sure you go to Taco Bell that day and get your free taco.
Where's there a Taco Bell out here?
I don't know.
This closest one I think is in Everett. That's the one I go to.
Okay. I think I know the one you're talking about. That's probably Chelsea, I think.
Yeah, the Everett, Chelsea area. Right. So I'll be heading over there. That's the closest one to me. So
yeah, no, the World Series has been entertaining, man. I like it. The games have been close. It's competitive. I'm definitely not emotionally involved, but I do like the Dodgers, only because of Mookie. I've always liked Mookie Betts, and I liked how he just plays everything. Like the guy, he's like a pro
player, yeah.
Pro,
Beautiful
bowler,
catches.
dude. I'm like, good lord, he's just an athletic dude, period. And
Right.
I just always liked him, so that's what I want to see. But regardless who wins, I want to see a Game 7 as well, man.
Nothing better than Game 7 for sure.
Yeah, so the next game is gonna be on Tuesday. Game 6
will be on Tuesday, and then if there's a Game 7, it'll be Wednesday night.
Yep, get to it, man.
So
now
good luck to both of those teams.
Yeah, we're gonna move into soccer. Vlad, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you, John. So this week we had El Classico, which is one of the biggest games in the calendar year, which is Real Madrid versus Barcelona. Barcelona lost to Real Madrid 3-1. We also had El Tráfico, which is a local rivalry, which is between LAFC and LA Galaxy, and LAFC beat LA Galaxy 2-0. The New England Revolution played Nashville SC. They had a tie game 1-1. New England Revolution is still in 6th place in the Eastern Conference, so they're still in a playoff spot. So if they keep playing, they need to play better though if they want to make a deep run in the playoffs. Pele, whom is one of the best soccer players to ever played. He won 3 World Cup, the only player to have ever won 3 World Cup, and he scored 1,200 goals in his career. One of the only players to have ever. He has the record for the most goals in soccer history. He turned 80 over the week, so that was pretty big.
Happy birthday, Pele!
And
Yes.
last Ronaldinho contracted COVID-19.
My favorite player.
And let's just hope he gets better very soon.
Facts.
Yeah. All right, that's it for me.
Ooh, that was quick. That was
And a
quick.
quick soccer segment this week.
Yeah, man. We actually got some questions of the week, and this is from Phil. Who's that? Phil Rizzuto?
Yeah, your boy Phil Rizzuto.
That's my guy, man.
Yeah.
That's my guy,
me
man.
Me too, man.
And,
Big shout outs to Phil.
Phil actually wanted to come and do a segment on the Bruins for the playoffs, and the Bruins got kicked out of there so fast. We
didn't even get a chance to have him on the podcast.
Yo, for real.
Exactly. So I guess we'll have to save that for next hockey season.
You know what I'm saying? That was
man.
terrible.
For real, it was.
But shout outs to Phil.
Yeah, definitely.
Phil actually owns Lizzie's Ice Cream. That's on Church Street in Harvard. All right, Lizzie's Ice Cream. I used to actually work there as a high school student, and it's like one of the best ice creams out there. I'm not even saying that because Phil's my boy. Like, legit, some of the best ice cream out there, hands down. But go check out Lizzie's Ice Cream, man. Great ice cream.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go there sometime. I love my ice cream.
Yeah, and shout outs to Phil, man. You know, that's on Church Street in Harvard again. And his question was, who would you rather have as your tight end, Travis Kelce or George Kittle? Who wants to take that one first?
George Kittle. I was saying Travis can. I don't know. I'm just a bigger fan of Kittle. I think Kittle works harder. I think Kittle is a better blocker. I think he's a more complete tight end. I think Travis is good and he's flashy. But I just like Kittle a lot better.
I agree with that. I'm George Kittle. I mean, you're talking about the, most, physical and, toughest tight end and one of the toughest offensive players in the league. Not only is he a good, run blocker, but it helps out in pass protection too. Sometimes he's great with yards after the catch, and like he's looking for contact too, and looking to run some people over and truck stick them like it's Madden. This guy does it all. Has good hands. And is just a really smart and high IQ kind of player. Like Travis Kelce's a great receiving tight end, but the guy's as soft as cottonelle and Scott's tissue paper. Like the guy just doesn't block anybody and doesn't want to block, and you constantly see him getting tossed freaking like out of the club when he's going against either linebackers or defensive linemen, and when they put him in a formation in which he has to block, he just easily gets moved by those guys and doesn't give much effort on that, end of in that part of the game. So definitely George Kittle over Travis Kelce any day of the week, and twice on Sunday.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna say something that might turn some people off, but I like this guy when he was playing. I've never seen anything like that before on the field. Unfortunately, what happened to him, what he did, and I'm talking about Aaron Hernandez. We can't excuse that. But when he was playing, he was like, one of my favorite guys on the Patriots, just like his athleticism, the way he can stop on a dime. You know what I'm saying? George Kittle reminds me like a bigger Aaron Hernandez. You know what I'm saying? And more physical. The guy says, he'd rather pancake a guy than make a catch any day. And there's a highlight where he like pancakes that dude on the Broncos and he's like laughing the whole time at the end there.
I seen that was pretty funny.
Yeah, man. And like he's like Vlad was saying, I think he's the most complete tight end out there. He could block. He could run routes. You can line him up, on the line. You can line him up at receiver. I think you can do that with Travis, but he doesn't have anything close to what Kittle has when it comes to blocking.
He doesn't block, period.
You know what I'm saying?
Period.
And,
Soft.
where you can knock Travis Kelce on his ass, in mid-route, it's going to be hard for you to do that to George Kittle. You know what I'm saying? And the guy, he's a warrior. The guy plays with injuries all the time. I think right now he's been playing with like a shoulder issue.
Right, he just got back.
And he just got back. You know what I'm saying? So the guy, he's just a man of steel. He's an Iron Man. So George Kittle definitely, man. You know, he might not have the numbers Travis Kelce has already, but Travis Kelce plays with Patrick Mahomes. So
right.
There's a difference right there. I think, you know, with Patrick Mahomes, George Kittle would maybe,
exactly.
You know,
For real,
the same.
George Kittle was
more
on that offense.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that offense would even be better.
Facts.
For sure.
He just can do anything. But Phil, man, shout outs to you. I know you support the show.
Thanks for the question, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah, Phil makes statuses. He posts our videos out there, man. So definitely appreciate your support, bro.
No doubt.
And you know, and that's what we're doing for you, man. Check out Lizzie's Ice Cream, yo, for real. Good ice cream. And the next question we have is from Eddie Rodriguez. It's like third week in a row. Yeah, Eddie, bro. Look, I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, Eddie, for sending your questions, bro.
And, you know, I think one of the questions I can just answer for you right then and there, will Steelers' new linebacker Devin Bush help the middle of the Steelers' defense? And he's injured, so he's on the injured reserve now.
So, you know, he was saying that his question was, will the new linebacker who's replacing Devin Bush, will that person actually help the Steelers' defense, or will other teams find a weakness in the Steelers' defense and be able to attack and expose that? I think that's what he was trying to ask and say.
Yeah, if you want the answer, watch the Patriots and see how that's working for them, you know, replacing linebackers and stuff. You know, you just like linebackers is just like you need it on your defense. You know, you need like starting caliber linebackers, or else your defense is gonna suffer somehow. You know, it's just never gonna be the same thing. You know, and I don't know if that's what happened yesterday. You know,
the Titans were able to run the ball, and they, I mean, obviously they have Derrick Henry, but he got better in the second half, and he played a lot better. And I think that is gonna be, I don't know if it's gonna be something that other teams can exploit.
Right. He said have teams found a weakness on the Steelers defense, and you know, when your starting linebackers down, that, you know, that's what that turns to, you know.
No, for sure. I'm with you guys on that. So the guy that they actually have who's replacing Devin Bush is Robert Spillane. He's
who?
Robert Spillane. So he's a 3-year veteran for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Reason why you probably don't know who he is, John, because he's actually played a lot of special teams. So he's like a special teams standout. He's in a sense more like their version of Matthew Slater, but obviously not as good. But you know, he's not playing in more linebacker, more defensive packages, and he actually didn't have a bad game a couple of weeks ago when he played against the Browns. He had like 6 tackles and and did a solid job. So that's the actual replacement for Devin Bush. But I agree that it is going to be hard to fill that void and that hole on the defense because he was pretty much their best linebacker and one of the best defensive playmakers. So the Steelers got a tall order to be able to, to fill that, and they're going to have to do that collectively. It's not just one guy that's going to be able to, fill,
the void.
Yeah, exactly, and fill the hole at, for that starting linebacker. So
yeah, a lot of times when you see guys getting a lot of tackles, it could be misleading. Could be like the offense literally going towards that guy every time he has to make the tackle. You know what I'm saying?
He did his job, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of times, like it's, I mean, if the guy gains like 12 yards on you, and it's still a tackle. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
No, that's true. No, you're right.
Yeah, so they're definitely gonna exploit that for sure. Good thing is the Steelers are still the one undefeated team left in the league.
6-0, right?
They haven't been able to exploit it enough to win yet. So I think defense is definitely gonna attack, but if they keep winning, it really doesn't mean anything. So. Eddie Rodriguez, man, from Philadelphia.
Yes.
It's kind of
my guy
crazy.
Eddie. Thank you for your question, brother. Appreciate you, bro.
Eddie's from Philly asking a Boston-based podcast questions. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, for sure. Me too,
I
man.
like it, you know?
Me too. I love it, man. That's awesome. Yeah, and he's a big fan as well of the podcast, and he listens every week. So, yeah, he definitely loves and appreciates, hearing our opinions and perspectives on, on the questions that he sends. So, keep sending those questions for us, and we'll keep giving you our opinions and perspectives on them. So thanks again, Eddie, and big shout outs to you. Keep supporting and doing your thing, man.
Yeah. And that's it for our questions of the week. We're gonna move into the B Money Lifestyle Person of the Week. B Money, let's get it.
Yep. So for this person, for the B Money Lifestyle of the Week, we had a interesting individual. I'm sure many people probably don't remember this person, but he actually used to play for the Lakers, and actually he played, before he played for the Lakers, he played 10 years in the G League before he finally got called up to come in play for the Lakers, and he didn't make his NBA debut until he was at the age of 32. So this person, would be former Los Angeles Lakers guard Andre Ingram. So what happened with him was, like I previously stated, with playing 10 years in the G League before getting his call up, and he actually scored 19 points in his NBA debut.
I was watching that game.
Yeah, me too. Right. That was
excited for him.
Impressive. Right. Me too, man. That was awesome to be able to see a guy that had worked so hard to finally get to that point and get called up to the NBA. And once he got called up, he definitely took full advantage of his opportunity and played really well. So he was actually just named the new president of the G League. So I thought his story was inspiring. Being a former G League player and finally again called up to the NBA, and the interesting fact about him was that he was actually in the off season, since G League guys don't make that much money, so they need a second gig or a side hustle to in the off season in order to be able to make ends meet. He was actually a substitute teacher in the off season to make some extra money to be able to take care of his family and his people. But I think it's definitely awesome to see that he finally became the G League president, and a guy like that had worked so hard in his life, and and really started from the bottom and worked his way up to the top. I always have the utmost respect for people like that come from nothing, and that have a really great work ethic and work tirelessly to be able to become successful, and then they finally get that opportunity and they take full advantage of it. And that's certainly what happened with Andre Ingram. So and the vice president, interesting enough, is actually John Stockton's son, David Stockton. So he would be his VP of the G League. So definitely congrats to Andre Ingram on your new position with being the president of the G League, and best of luck with your new position. And I hope you do well and are successful in this next in this next adventure of your life. So congrats to Andre Ingram on being this week's B Money Lifestyle Person of the Week, and that's definitely that B Money Lifestyle. And real quick, I do have some breaking news. I just heard, as a matter of fact, that Odell Beckham tore his ACL and is out for the rest of the season.
Yep. So yeah, like we mentioned earlier.
So get well soon, Odell, and hope you come back better and stronger next year.
Yeah, Andre Ingram, man. Shout outs to him. He's definitely his story was inspirational. when he came in the game and he played like his head was on fire. That was really good. And one more person I definitely like to say a little thing to is Raquel Armstead. He's the running back for Jacksonville. He's actually going to be out for the rest of the season due to complications with COVID. So,
Damn.
a lot of the people think that these athletes, they're just going to get it and get it out the way. And that guy is having a lot of issues with the coronavirus right now. So that shit is real, man. Good luck to him. I hope he recovers. He's having a lot of bodily complications because of it. I hope he makes a full recovery and that that COVID doesn't end his NFL career, because he was supposed to be the starter after Leonard Fournette got traded. So
right, I thought James Robinson was the starter.
Now he
playing
is
pretty well.
Yeah, he's playing pretty well, but Armstead was supposed to be the starter until Robinson came through and took it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
that's sad, man. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, man. He continues to have the complications, man, and that's the major thing that's happening in all our lives right now. So good luck to him, man, and hope he feels better. He gets better soon, man. And that's gonna be it for episode 32, man. If you're still watching, if you're still listening, we appreciate it as always. Keep sharing this thing. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Vlad works on this hard every week, to make sure you guys get the visuals. So please, that's the one way you can support us and make sure we get to where we're going. So until next time, man, peace out.
Peace out, everyone. Have a good week. See you next week.